Hello everyone, JXB here, and today I played my Goblin Drill deck to get top 7k in the world. You know, meta's kind of shifty, but I played some games, and I think I'm going to show you guys them right away. Alright, first game going against Zebra, who has a 2018 badge, so this will not be an easy opponent. They wish me a good luck, wow. Good manners, you don't see that a lot in Clash Royale. Alright, I'm going to split Wall Breakers, you know this is my favorite first play, and they appear to have 2 spirits, so I'm guessing this is some kind of cycle deck. Okay, yeah, this is definitely going to be some spam, yep. And there it is, Skeleton Barrel coming down. I'm guessing this is going to be that, you know, the deck with Skeleton King, right. I don't even need to say it. Well, honestly, this match is pretty self-explanatory. I do have the Valkyrie for Skeleton King, pretty good. Obviously, I do not have a spell besides Poison, so as long as I don't have Goblin Barrel, I should be okay. That's the hardest thing in the matchup to deal with. The Suspicious Bush right there, honestly. That card is so underrated. I can't really do much about it. I got a Guard on top of that. I'm going to Fire Spirit to cast the Ice Spirit. Okay, Valkyrie does take care of the Skeleton King, so we are in a very good situation, I'd say. And I think I'm going to poison that Dark... Nah, I think I spent a little bit too much elixir to do that. If I were to do that, that'd be an overcommittal. So I'm just going to Tesla up top, so once the Skeleton Barrel pops, it's going to target onto the Dark Goblin and take it out. There we go. I'm probably just going to have to deal with the barrage of Sus Bushes and Skeleton Barrels for the rest of the game, so as long as we don't, you know, fumble too hard on defense, we should be all good. We basically have all the counters to everything. And that's not going to get damage, right? Okay. Okay, luckily it does not get a swing. Those things do a lot of damage. However, I do need to worry about the vines, because if they vines early on my Tesla, it's going to give it erectile dysfunction and it won't pop up. Honestly, I want to have a very conservative playstyle in this matchup. I don't really want to go too much on offense, but I think I will now, low-key. I don't know, I just feel like I have a good cycle for it. Gonna Fire Spirit and Wall Breaker split. I don't think they're going to counter both of them, so it gets some good damage. Those Wall Breakers are probably going to connect. Just the miniature versions, though, I bet. Okay, yeah, both miniature versions do connect. Okay, Skeleton Barrel incoming. I'm going to Tesla up top. When that Skelly Barrel pops, it's going to lock on to the Dark Goblin, which is going to take it out completely. And I have the Valkyrie for the Skeleton King and the ability, so that's going to be just quite alright. And now we do have a Bush incoming. I think I'm just going to wait, put guards on top of it. And they're going to Vines for sure, but I think I'm just going to Bomber up top just in case. Okay, they actually didn't Vine. I'm actually surprised. Okay, the Dark Goblin does unfortunately get a hit. Not the end of the world, though. And they're going to let my Fire Spirit jump. Wow. Okay, you know what? I'll take it. I'm going to Tesla down low. And this is a good opportunity for split lane pressure because I have some good damage on both towers. And honestly, I think I'm just going to Valkyrie down low. Great counter for the Skeleton King and the ability. Valkyrie's just so peak in general. I'm thinking about switching to the Evolution Valkyrie. She's so tough right now. Also going to hit him with the low Goblin Drill. My Tesla is not going to pull that due to it being an underground building. And honestly, that's going to be a full counter. And we see the Skeleton King coming in the second lane. Just going to guards right on top of that. Another Suspicious Bush does come down. I'm going to Tesla right here. Hopefully that does stay up long enough so it could pull the Suspicious Bush. And I don't think it's going to do that. I'm just going to wait for the Suspicious Bush to pop up, and I'm going to Valkyrie right on top. And that's going to be quite alright, honestly. We have some good damage on both sides. We get some split lane pressure going. Okay, I'm going to go Breakers as well. Just a pressure. Probably not going to get a hit, but probably force out something. Yeah, 4 Elixir, pretty good. And we do have the Evo Tesla, which is really good for helping with the Suspicious Bush, because the wave does make it prop up. See? Right here. And we're also going to take out some skeletons along the way, too. Going to Valkyrie like so. Another Skeleton King is on the board. I'm just going to Poison, take out the Dark Goblin, and do some great damage to Skeleton King. Poison damage over time will always be underrated. Okay, a Skeleton Barrel's incoming, and a Vines. I don't have really any good response for that Skeleton Barrel. Hopefully this Fire Spirit does enough work. Yikes, this is a lot closer than I want it to be. I'm going to Poison on the Skeleton Army. I'm not taking any chances. The Evolution just always is so sneaky. I'll say I'm just going to wait for that Suspicious Bush. Probably going to Tesla really late. And Bomber as well. Watch them Vines, though. They love doing that. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty clean counter. Going to Guards to block the Bomber from dying. And that is a Evolved Skeleton Barrel coming towards my tower. I'm just going to do this and Fire Spirit. Hopefully it does not get too much damage. Okay, yeah, this is a lot closer than I need it to be. I think I'm just going to go Goblin Drill. Probably going to Poison Cycle soon. Absolutely going Poison here. Never mind. Yeah, when I see a Dark Goblin on the board, I can't do much. I'm just going to Tesla down low. And, okay, we got some great damage. I think I'm just going to defend. They literally have no big spells, just Vines. And I can absolutely just stall them out. As much of a scary cat move as it is, I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, I'm just going to place my 2 buildings down. Evo Tesla coming in clutch. Watch this. Valkyrie 2. Yeah, it's going to retarget. This is very nice. I love this. In triple elixir against a deck like mine, there's honestly not much they can do if they don't already have a big lead. And I'm just going to Bomber here. I feel so much more chilled out now that, you know, I have an advantage. And I'm just going to stall out for the next 20 seconds, and I should be quite alright. Alright, I'm not going to call it too early, though. I still got to respond to Suspicious Bush. Just can absolutely take games. Oh, goodness. I don't like this push at all. Oh, my god. Yeah, I'm going to Valkyrie down low. I'm going to pray for my life. Oh, my goodness. Please, Lord. Okay, please. Okay, the Skeleton King does not splash. I was so worried he was going to do that, but that is a good game. Whew, that was close. Honestly, they were playing pretty well. It was my matchup, but I will admit, I will take that win. All right, in our next game against Matra 309, I think I'm going to split breakers as I see I have that. Oh, they wish me good luck. Wow. People are actually pretty nice lately on this game. Maybe I'm just lucky. I mean, as long as they're nicer than developers, I don't mind. My wall breaker actually got a connection on the left. I'm happy with that. Okay, Fire Spirit to block the bomber. Okay, it still hits the bomber anyway. I could have placed the Fire Spirit lower. I'm sure it would have survived. And judging from this person's profile and the cards they've played so far, this looks like E-Giant. That further concludes my suspicion. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to Valkyrie to kite this baby dragon, and I think that should mostly take out the Dark Prince. There's some good value I'm getting right here. If it doesn't take out the Dark Prince, I'm probably going to Wall Breakers to pull it back. Let's just hope to God it doesn't hit. Okay, come on, man. Wall Breakers, please. Oh, my... Yo. My life just flashed in front of my eyes. I think that just decreased my life expectancy by a good 7 years, but luckily we have survived. And they go an aggressive Barbaro. What is that guy called? The Uncle Goblin? I think it's Barbarian Brawler. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go for a Fire Spirit Drill on the other side. Pretty safe. Appears they're going to nail it to the King Tower that is going to activate. It's going to make it a lot harder to go on offense. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I'm going to Valkyrie up top. Hopefully counter both of these. I'm going to let the Ice Wizard slide. Honestly, not much I can do about that. I want to maintain my small lead. Oh, that was probably a bad time to go Wall Breakers. They're absolutely not getting a connection. And with the cage, definitely not. So this matchup is definitely going to be a little difficult, especially if it really is E-Giant. But I got to place my Tesla in the non-lightning spot, and they won't be able to hit that and the tower. However, they can place a baby dragon or something on top of it. They can tank for it. Either way, it's just a little scary. I think I should win early on. Yeah, I'm going to go drill on offense. Breakers too. I think Goblin Cage is out of cycle, so hopefully these do get a connection. Dark Prince? That's not going to be enough, buddy. Yep, one of them do connect, as opposed to both of them, which would have been much nicer, but this lead is utterly huge. I am very alright with this. I'm going to guard surround the Dark Prince. That's going to be a full counter. And there is the E-Giant. I knew eventually it would come out. I'm going to pre-place my Tesla, so maybe I can cycle to another one, just in case, this one goes down quick. Fire Spirit as well. Going to place all my cheap units, so I can hopefully cycle back to it. Yeah, the Goblin Cage is going to pull. This is going to be a sort of scary push. I'm going to Valkyrie like so. Maybe they'll take the lightning. We'll see. Yeah, it's going to be a fat poison, I can't lie. Poison also does have a slowing effect, so that's going to help me with the defense, because the E-Giant is already slow. Another E-Giant incoming. I think I'm going to Wall Breakers here, so the Dark Prince does not get the Tesla. And that's quite alright. Wow, Evo Breakers still broken. To this day, it is still impossible to get a positive trade on them. I feel like I should be complaining about this game more often because, about a month ago, 4 of the cards in this deck were nerfed. That was Bomber, that was the Wall Breakers, that was the Goblin Drill, and I think Evo Valkyrie too, but, I don't really use her in this deck, so I shouldn't complain all that much. Either way, we are quite alright. Yeah, E-Giant in the back, doing it in the spot where it's going to be harder to pull it. But I'm going to continue putting my Tesla in the anti-lightning spot. I'm going to Wall Breakers as well. Just cycle all my cheap units so I can get back to another Tesla. Yeah, this might be a fat poison in just a second. Here we go. Yeah, that Tesla is not going to be doing much, but this will be a full defense without me having to place another Tesla, which is nice. I will always take that. I think I'm going to pre-place a Tesla as well. That baby dragon will be taken out, and there is another E-Giant on the board. We just got to prep for defense, and they haven't lightning my tower a single time this whole match. This should force out a cage. Yeah, that's a 2-for-4 trade. Pretty happy with that. And that Dark Prince is going to accelerate that E-Giant. I'm really afraid of that Dark Prince jumping to hit the Tesla, so I'm going to block as much as possible. Poison on everything right here. Should be a good defense. That E-Giant still has a little chunk of health, so I'm going to Valk just right on top of it. And I would expect a lightning cycle from my opponent to come out soon. I'm going to go Breakers here, see what I can force out. They're definitely going to get 2 E-Giants on the board. I'm going to Poison here. It is triple elixir. I can get away with those. And I'm going to Evo Tesla up top. Cycle back to another one as fast as possible, because this could get dangerous if they take it down. Evo Tesla. So great. Okay, they do take the lightning, but still not on my tower. I'm going to Goblin Drill right here just to barely pull that away. There is 2 E-Giants on the board. I'm going to Tesla more to the right because that Goblin Drill is already pulling it. It's going to make it go to the other lane. Maybe both my towers will target it. Okay, Valkyrie to hopefully take out everything. That has too much health. I'm going to guards too. Goodness gracious, this is such intense defense. I'm going to wall breakers before that thing dashes. And they just activate my king. I assume that was to maybe get a sneaky baby dragon shot. There goes the lightning. When there's 10 seconds left, there's not much they can do. I already have a very good lead, so that is going to be a good game. They played valiantly, but I think they could have done some more lightning cycle. Either way, we will take that. We will take that indeed. Honestly, I think that sums it up for the video. And all I really got to say is, please subscribe if you want to see more. I will continue pushing. It helps motivate me, so everyone have a blessed day.